the Aggies keep winning. I believe they're on a bye week, and then they get to play, is it Oklahoma that they have next, or is it Auburn that they have after the bye week?
You keep going with your point. I'll look it up.
But my point is, I mean, granted, UTSA, Utah State, yeah, easy wins, nothing crazy. You're expected to win those games. You drop 40-plus on both. Then you drop 40-plus on Notre Dame. Okay, you're down. You're in a situation where you're on the road. You're in South Bend, a hostile environment, and Mike Elko's squad comes back through and kills it. And
they've got Auburn. They've got Auburn after the bye.
Auburn after the bye, right? So a huge matchup setting up there, depending on what happens with Auburn this weekend as well. But Marcel Reed looking good, 360 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. But Mario Craver. Former Ole Miss, but talk about Mario Craver, another Mississippi connection, a former Mississippi State receiver.
Yeah.
7 receptions for 207 yards and a touchdown in this one. But his stats for the season as a whole are incredible. I mean, he's got 443 yards on 20 receptions, 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 22 receiving yards per catch and just absolutely killing it right now. They seem to have an explosive offense with Reed and Craver. How seriously do we take Texas A&M? Because I'll tell you this. According to the AP voters, Texas A&M's a really good team because Notre Dame's still ranked. Notre Dame's 0-2. Notre Dame fell a few spots after their season-opening loss, right, to Miami, which is fine. Close game. Miami was ranked. Then they went on a bye week and moved up a spot for no reason. They didn't even play, but they moved up a spot. And they've now lost to Texas A&M, and they're still ranked in the top 25. So that means Texas A&M is, like, really good, right?
Notre Dame is the first 0-2 team ranked in the AP top 25 since 1988 Michigan.
It's starting to get ridiculous, man.
They could have gone with Maryland, Mississippi State, Navy, Cal. Did you see what North Texas did on Saturday?
Yeah.
But it's Notre Dame. But there aren't necessarily this early on 25 teams better all around than Notre Dame. It's just silly to rank them. What are we doing it based off of? What we think they are or what the results are? I believe all rankings and stuff like that should be results oriented.
100%. I do.
Otherwise, get rid of them.
And I think the case, I've read a couple cases for it of saying, well, Miami is clearly a top 5 team right now, looking like a potential college football playoff contender. But I think so. What are we putting that much stock into number 16 ranked Texas A&M at the time? Is that what we're doing? Like, it does confuse me, and there is a perception of like, oh, there's this Notre Dame bias nationwide, which I agree
there
with.
Is.
I think there 100% is. I mean, we've seen
and that's okay. Let's just all be honest about it.
That's my point. It's like we don't need to go around making excuses like, well, Miami was this and A&M was that. Like, oh, they barely lost. I mean, come on, man. If that was Missouri, if that was Ole Miss, if that was even Texas A&M, do you think they'd still be there? You think they'd still be in the top 25? I don't think they would.
Georgia would. Alabama would.
Georgia, Bama, Texas, Notre Dame.
Maybe LSU. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. But yes, it's that kind of deference is reserved for a precious few.
Yeah, I agree.
And Notre Dame is one of them. I think there are necessarily right now in terms of looking across all of college football and all rosters, do I think there are 25 teams better than Notre Dame? No. I think they'll probably finish with 9
talent-wise, no.
No, but I believe that these things should be results-oriented. Yeah. I don't believe there should be any preseason rankings. It's ridiculous. You don't even know what you're ranking. But biases die hard. It's just ridiculous, though. It's really silly, especially when you could be rewarding other teams that don't get that difference, that have performed. Like Mississippi State beat a ranked team.
I was going to say, like, you say what you want about Arizona State, and maybe they're not the team from a year ago. Does not matter.
That's not what we're talking about.
It was a top 15 team.
Period. Yeah, well, they're not the same team. Well, according to Andy Staples, they had one of the top 10 returning quarterbacks in college football, and Sam Levitt.
Levitt's great.
And he's great.
Yeah.
But Mississippi State beat them. It's not about all that. If you're just talking about the results, Mississippi State deserves to be in week 4.
100%.
Over Notre Dame.
Yeah.
North Texas does. But we're still living in the vestiges, the remainder, the scraps of a time gone by, man.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, we got to start looking at this stuff differently. right?
Yep.
And you can't do that when you've got preseason biases because, I rank Notre Dame number 1. I can't take them out of my top 25. Base it off of what's happening, and don't release the first thing until after 3 weeks. And if you
Also,
did that,
hey, you could put them back in the poll. If Notre Dame goes on a crazy tear and they're, we're looking at 10-2, you're allowed to put them back in.
This would be the perfect time for the first release of the AP poll of the year.
I agree.